And once again, it's on. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? It's Mr. O with the info, giving you all what you need to know. But you ain't here for me though. Live in full effect, coming straight from Afghanistan. You know, I said I wasn't gonna make this kind of content, but I can't resist. I can't resist. You know, being middle age, especially as a millennial, it's um it's a trying time. I ain't gonna lie. Being the kind of man that I am, brothers on the spectrum, my brain be trying to make logical sense on what's going on in the world. You know, I'm gonna probably come back on Sunday or probably a little bit tomorrow night, after the Sabbath and everything. I just want to go ahead and see like what the hell is going on. Like 10, can I say 10? I'll say 15. 15 years ago, we seen all these movements and everything where the women said, don't talk to us, leave us alone, hashtag waste his time, Me Too movement, doing all this boss stuff, ridiculing us, saying he runs circles around us in the media. I'm pretty sure every guy out there has heard this phrases before. We don't need you men. We heard that numerous of times already, right? So why is it that now in 2025 that women with mental illnesses, because this is really what it is, it's just a mental illness out here. Why are women with mental illness? Why do women use mental illnesses for horrible behavior? That's one thing. That's one thing. Because they tell us they do all these things, right? They say they so good. They don't understand why they single, but can we just be real? Can we just be real? A lot of these women, not just women, a lot of these men out here too, you know what I'm saying, that's following these agendas and whatnot. We have an influx of people that have a mental illness out here. These therapists and all these other people ain't really getting down to the bare root and trying to tell these people the truth. But for the likelihood, because they won't mess up their pockets and other Hippocratic oath and bullshit. So I want to go ahead and talk about the likes of Dr. Bryant, the rest of these 40-some-year-old women out here still giving out bad advice to the younger generations out there. Millennial women, y'all gonna have Gen Alpha and Gen Beta in the next 10, 15, 20 years. They see your dirty work. We have social media, internet. All this stuff is recorded. And it's on the internet forever. I know I'm probably gonna get my what's name come up with too, but at least I'm trying to come with truth. Y'all sip the Kool-Aid from these boomer and Gen X women from yesteryears past. Also, these same women, that gave y'all these advices, right? They out here trying to get the same men that they missed out on, and they trying to take your men too. It's kind of crazy that we have, this overabundance of single people over 35, 40, 50, 60 years old out here trying to go ahead and I guess rebrand themselves. It's really the ultimate like gaslight. Like, so what, we did all this, y'all should just go ahead and just accept us anyway. Like, no. Let's just hear from these so-called women right here. Let's take a listen.
Not trying to be shady, but literally, I am 47 years old and I'm single and I am starting over again, and dating sucks ass. Hardcore. People are not honest. They don't want to be straightforward. If they don't have narcissistic tendencies, they're like hugely emotionally unavailable.
I wonder, how 47 years. Let's use the first what's that? Let's go back at least, what's that? 29 years ago, damn near 30 years ago. No, that's the only reason when she was 18. We won't go ahead and give her what's the name. So let's say 22 years ago. What would that be? 25. We want to make sure that her brainstem and frontal lobe fully develop. Right? You mean tell me, even though after 22 years, I want to know how many times you displayed them traits of so-called men that you was fancying with. And I know it's probably like one of them bad boy Chaz or Tyrone's. She probably messed with a Tyrone or two. I wonder how many of those guys in your so-called past that you know what I'm saying, probably one good guy that you probably had, but you like, nah, I don't need that. No, he boring. I want to live my life. I'm gonna live my best life. Only to find out now, 47 years old, the stuff that we've been trying to go ahead and tell you the truth. The truth. Y'all want to go ahead and use a reverse psychology bullcrap gaslighting to go ahead and say like, well, I changed and I think you should change too. So go ahead and make me feel better. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Like there's no real conversation. It just sucks. It sucks. And some of the men that I've come across that are in their early 50s are immature. Like, where can I?
Well, unfortunately, sweetheart, if you ain't got the memo, see, again. And I know y'all say y'all don't want no old man for some reason, though. How come you got 20-some-year-old, 30-some-year-old women saying they need an older dude to go ahead and you know what I'm saying, he's established, he's well taken care of and all that good stuff. Then you got these mid 40-some-year-olds that want the same 50-year-old because they're close in age. He should be able to you know what I'm saying, understand where we come from. We got a lot of, supposedly have a lot of common and everything, woo this, woo that. And how about the women in their 50s and 60s and possibly 70s? Look at that 50-some-year-old man as that young buck that they can go ahead and so-called, so they keep their youthful appearance or whatnot. You see what y'all had done out here, ladies? You see what you got to put yourselves into? I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's continue.
Find somebody that is on the same level as me. Like, I just want someone who's honest, straightforward, has the same values integrity, which is so fucking important to me.
Really? You mean tell me you couldn't find out in 47? I mean, you ain't know, well, I don't know how you was looking like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But kind of decent looking now. So you was probably even more hot about 25, you know what I'm saying, 25 years ago. That's a quarter of a century. Did you know that? Did you know that you literally had basically went through a whole generation? Like literally a whole generation of women came up right behind you. When you was 22, the 25-year-old that's competing with you right now for the same man was just being born. Damn, me some good coffee. So, what she say again? Hold on.
That is on the same level as me.
The same level as you. You know, that whole level thing. See, when y'all fight for equality and want to be on the same equal footing as men, you still as a woman want somebody that's better than you, makes more than you, someone you can actually look up to. So why are you now at 47 looking for somebody at the same level that you are now? I mean, wouldn't I be hustling backwards? I'm just saying. Let me continue.
Like, I just want someone who's honest, straightforward, has the same values, values integrity, which is so fucking important to me. And I can't find that. Why? I just want to know why. I truly don't understand it. I don't. Why is it so hard to be straightforward and honest about your intentions?
Because we have been trying to for close to a decade, especially on YouTube, Twitter. We've been trying to tell y'all this, but y'all call it toxic masculinity. Y'all call it misogyny. Y'all call it you just some bitter incel dudes in your mama's basements that don't know shit. Only now, when the DMs stop coming, when the drinks at the bars don't be coming right. Hell, even when your work husband or the boss don't look at you as the same new 23-year-old temp that's coming in right behind to replace you. Only then now you want to have some type of understanding. Typical.
Who can answer that for me? Please, somebody. Please answer that for me. Just inquiring minds want to know.
I understand her frustration, but the real issue is she's starting over again at 47. The dating pool has changed, madam. Many of these women leave the dating pool for such a long time, and when they try to come back, it feels completely different to them because it's not what they're used to anymore. The environment shifted while they were gone. The rules changed, the people changed, and the expectations changed. But they're stepping back in expecting the same dating scene they left years ago. Now, all she's dealing with are the chads, because the majority of stable, relationship-minded men are either already taken, burned out from dating, or simply not participating anymore.
And when men do that, women are most affected. I mean, you can only tell us for so many times, so many years, just to leave y'all alone, so y'all can go ahead and chase the so-called alpha chads, you know what I'm saying, muscular Tyrones, that old rich guy, you know what I'm saying, that will go ahead and treat you like a sugar baby. We allowed it. We allowed it. You had your fun, you know what I'm saying, went on the trips, probably got a couple of gifts, you know what I'm saying, both physically and materially, Now, when them guys had their fun with you, they put you right back out in the streets. Now you want to rebrand yourself, want to go ahead and say that my past is my past. I'm ready to settle down. I already got my house and everything. I just want a man, but I still don't need. Yeah. We know we get what you're saying. We get what you're saying. Let's hear from this one.
They all look great from a distance.
Hold on.
Worse, it's the timing matters.
Dating in your 40s is like trying to shop for the perfect avocado. They all look great from a distance, but when you get up close, they're either not ripe, totally bruised, or already taken. At this point,
Are you the avocado in question, young lady? Are you really trying to go ahead and compare men to avocados, which actually ages faster than bananas, like y'all? Well, maybe Becky's out there. They without Botox and all that makeup and everything, they age like avocados, real quick. So she must be projecting her insecurities right now. Let's continue.
I'm just trying to find one that doesn't turn weird after 2 days.
That whole weird thing, the ick thing, this is coming from women out there that walk around with colorful fucking hair all damn day, green, purple, pink and shit like that. They actually read books, romance novels with fucking minotaurs and shit like that. They literally still watch Disney, like how a young kid or a pre-teen watch Disney. They actually still be invested into Disney shows 30 plus years old. But we're the weird ones. Right.
So dating in your 40s, it is kind of difficult, and also like I'm just tired of the repetitiveness and the repeating my story all over again. I'm over that.
Dating in your 40s is definitely not for the faint of heart.
What we got here, right, y'all? What we got right here? What we got right here? I wish I had my what's the name up, you know what I'm saying? But what we got right here, them crazy eyes. You got them crazy eyes. Again, the eyes, Chico, they never lie. And literally, this is a millennial. If she's 40, she literally a year older than me or a couple of months. Wow. But this is who I'm supposed to go ahead and so-called make it with right now, right? This is supposedly on my level, age-wise, all that good stuff. Why you can't date no woman your age? Because this is what I got to deal with.
I've been in the dating world for a couple years now and still single. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm highly independent. I own
highly independent. See. So if you're so highly independent, why do you want to go ahead and start dating? I mean, man, we supposed to be independent, but you don't hear us saying like I'm a strong, independent man. I'm ready to settle down and ready to go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for one word shit to get. No. All that independent talk is just cover words and everything saying, I already cover all my what's names because I already know a lot of you niggas or dudes out there ain't got your own shit. I want to use what I got to go ahead and trap you into my house and go ahead and fund my lifestyle because you a real man. I need a real, all that bullshit. No. So keep all the independent stuff that you got right there and keep it smooth moving. Let's go.
my own home. I own my own car. I own my own business. And I don't need somebody.
So you became the man that you are looking for. So you became the man that you was looking for. Because she said she don't need somebody, right? You listen to listen what they about to say. I literally be getting the same verbatim responses. The same verbatim responses. They don't need a man, but they want a man. But the man that you want don't need you. Let's go.
Yes. Do I want somebody in my life? Absolutely. But I don't.
See? Right there. Hold on.
And still single. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm highly independent. I own my own home. I own my own car. I own my own business. And I don't need somebody. Yes. Do I want somebody in my life? Absolutely. But I don't need them. This last date, he was all about picking me up. I said, no, I'll go ahead and just meet you there. Have to look after myself too. I'm a mom, have to stay alive for my girls.
And you're a single mom. So you want us to go ahead and listen to you posterize about all the stuff that you have, house, car, your own business. You just mentioned the kids. So we want to know about that. Is it an ex-husband that we got to deal about? Is it multiple baby daddies that we got to deal about? Matter of fact, if you was married, is that how you got the house? Is that how you got the car? Is it really your business, or did your man help you start that business? And once you got that business up and running, you decided like you could do better than him and basically dropped him. We seeing a pattern here in the West. Let's go.
He got all mad. I said, I don't need you to do that. I can do it for myself. And he's like, well, sometimes I just need to be needed. I'm sorry, dude. I guess you're just not for me.
Yeah, you can tell why she's single. She pretty much told you herself. She said she's highly independent and doesn't need a man, but at the same time, she's struggling to date. That
right there.
Contradiction explains everything. You can't build a partnership while presenting yourself as someone who doesn't actually need or value partnership. Independence is fine, but relationships require interdependence, the willingness to accept help, softness and teamwork. The guy she was going on a date with offered to pick her up as a nice gesture.
No, he was just trying to do the traditional thing, you know. They always talking about they want a traditional man, right? Because Lord forbid they don't want to date a liberal man that they supposedly actually be supposedly in cahoots with. You want dudes to vote for liberal things for you to support y'all, but at the end of the day, you want a damn traditional man. Unfortunately, majority of traditional men are conservative leaning. So you asking for too much, and basically you probably blew the only chance that you was gonna get. Let's look at this Dr. Bryant thing real quick. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of 40-some-year-olds out here trying to talk and give advice and whatnot, and talking about the dating woes and whatnot, moving the goalposts. You know, look at Shay. Look at Shannon Sharp. About to sit down, listen to this woman right here with her. I ain't gonna lie, look, y'all. I'll still crack supposedly Cheyenne Bryant. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will fuck the dog ish out of her, but it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I know she got a liquor license, but still though, I am a man. You know, even for an old broad like herself, she looking kind of scrumpy, umptious right there. So, but same time, only want to lay it down, don't want to play around. Let me see what she got to say. And shout out to Reba TV.
You still haven't found yourself all the way at the age of 60. It's time for the grown man in you to grow up. A woman will become a problem. You still haven't found yourself all the way at the age of 60. It's time for the grown man in you.
Who the fuck is you? Like, who the fuck is you? I can understand you sitting down talking to Nick Cannon like this. I can understand you sitting down talking to Cam Newton goofy ass like this. You literally sitting down with a NFL legend, Super Bowl champion, media personnel that's been around for X amount of years. You know what I'm saying? Multiple streams of income on these media platforms, not just the one you sitting down on, but the other one he had with Chad Ochocinco, and before his untimely departure from what was that Fox Net. Like, this dude, he could do whatever the hell he want. Yeah, he a goofy. Yeah, he did some simp ass shit, but at the end of the day, yeah, at almost 60 years old, he got more clout and more what's name than you. Who is you go ahead and tell this man, well, like you still ain't did the work, like Shorty. You was not a real doctor. And where's your proof with all this so-called knowledge that you got? Let's go.
To grow up. A woman will become a product of your environment. Offset and Cardi B is a perfect example. Cardi B came into it. She had no kids. Offset had how many? By how many? Cardi now has.
All right. So again, ain't that her folly? So she a statistic. If Offset was such a bad guy, right? If Offset was such a bad guy, and I forgot. How old was Cardi B when she got with Offset? That frontal lobe might not have been developed, right? Right. So she got with a man that already had kids, was out here slanging more pipe than a fucking plumber. Still laid down with him, got married to him, popped out a couple of more of his children, leave him because he's cheating. He disrespected me. Like we didn't know that you was out in these streets as a script of drugging dudes and you know what I'm saying, doing all that good stuff. We look past that, right? But he a cheater and all that good stuff. And what do Cardi B do? What do Cardi B do? What the fuck she do? She go mess with an NFL athlete whose own teammates will even allow they sisters around him. An NFL athlete who literally not got you popped off, but what's the number now? What's the number now? It's like 10. Ain't Stephon Diggs having like 10 extra kids right now, including Cardi's? And now she look like she's stuck. He left one guy for being a cheater to go ahead with another dude that's basically is open to the market. Make it make sense. And none of you chicks in the sisterhood can't even justify it now. Y'all goofies.
That's 2 by 2.
River TV. Another
I'm gonna fast forward. Shout out to you, Reba.
He's a womanizer. He's making these other women pay.
celebrity commentary. There was even a clip where she was, calling out singer Neo for his behavior.
What is Neo to you, Dr. B? He's a womanizer. He's making these other women pay for the heartbreak that he caused to himself by saying, I want to be polyamorous. That's BS. You failed in your marriage. You're effed up, and that's the problem. Now you need to heal from that and not have these self-project your pain onto these women about your messed up decision making.
Again. She's coming after a songwriter and singer aficionado. He couldn't deal with the so-called monogamous marriage of the West, and he decided to go ahead and live his so-called truth. Don't we allow y'all to go ahead and have rosters and y'all be out here talking about, yeah, I got 4 dudes doing all this good stuff for me and everything. Y'all go ahead and say, you go, girl. But as soon as a man does it, all hell breaks loose. And look at her with these damn judgy fucking eyes and pointing the damn finger. You know that one thing about fingers, you know what I'm saying? They always say, you trying to point one point work right back at you back. Where's your husband? Huh? Where's your husband, Miss Bryant? You give me all this relationship advice, but who you laying up with?
She's gone on to, the Breakfast Club and done interviews there and talked about her relationships and stuff like that there as well.
So I do believe that different relationships bring out different things in us. I was also an extreme alpha in my first engagement. I had 2.
Extreme? No, you just a bitch. You were just a bitch. And you know how I know that she was just a bitch? When any woman come up to you and talking about she an alpha, what's the name, female, just know that she's been alpha widow. Unless she just messed with weak ass men all her life, and that's who she basically talk about, because no sane man is gonna just allow no woman like this to go ahead and just talk to him crazy, thinks she running things, even if he's supposedly not economically on par with her. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You were just being a bitch.
2 engagements, called off 2 weddings. My first relationship, that was engaged.
Called off 2 weddings. Called off 2 weddings. Get involved with men. Get in relationships with men. Have men put the pre-ring on it, only for you to go ahead and call quits on it. Not once, but twice. And you want us to take you seriously, because you will not accept said engagement from said man if you didn't want to go ahead and be married to them. Again, it's not us, man. They don't want to be locked down. That's what it is. They don't want to be married. And when they do want to get married, they will make sure they get the right guy that got the right material. So when it's time for them to dip, because she's going to leave. She's going to leave. She will make sure that she got a nice landing spot and a cash reward prizes to make sure that she go up to the next sucker, or she'll be like, oh, I'm done. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody on the hook. I'm straight for the next 20-some years. You know what I'm saying?
To, I was extreme alpha. So even if he tried to be alpha, I left no space.
So as I said before, she was on Club Shay Shay and they talked about a plethora of things. Okay, they got into so many different things. And interestingly enough, somewhere in between, she ends up getting kind of lost in the sauce, I guess, of the conversations. And a grand portion of her female fan base that completely turned on her. Okay, so we're going to get into a couple aspects of the conversation. We're obviously going to get into, the female fan base turning on her based off of some of the things that made it, somebody that looks well in appearance, and they're saying these things and they're, providing a sense of support for men, which we know for a fact that men don't get certain levels of support.
Nope.
It sounds great. But interestingly enough, she sat there and she said that she was there for that man and she was supportive of him and that she, explained to him that she would never leave him. But ironically enough, she left him. Okay.
And that's why I say, why do we allow women with mental illnesses out here to give advice? and basically trying to ride off their bad behavior. Real talk.
She completely left that man. And how do we know this? Because she talked about it on the Breakfast Club when she was there doing her interview.
Was engaged for 10 years.
Engaged for 10 years.
I kept putting it off because
Engaged with 10. See. So what was all this talk about? You know what I'm saying? If a dude really wanted to marry you, he'll do get you engaged, get you married within 6 months, huh, KS? Or even one of y'all ladies out there talking about it don't take that long to go ahead and get married. If you really marry me, you'll be doing it in 2 weeks. So why she extended it to 10? Why did she extend it to 10? And she said she got two engagements. So what's that? What, one for every 5 years? Hold on.
knew that wasn't my person. Great guy.
For 10 years? 10 years?
And she said he was a great guy. Great guy. He was a great guy. He just wasn't my guy.
10 years, he thought he was a guy. You strung him along for 10 years. Why you ain't let him go be great with somebody else that would appreciate him and love him?
So I'm not saying for 10 years I knew he wasn't the one. When we got about year number 5 or 6 and I seen that.
Now, people who do not follow, the trail or the conversations in regards to the situation would seem like, wow, like, what a woman who stayed with that man. Maybe she's still with him. Like, what could have been the problem in that relationship? But the fact that, the reason why she left that engagement and the reason why that they no longer continued in relationship is literally tied to the same thing that she was consoling him about was a little bit strange to me that she brought it up in that way, knowing that they never saw that situation through.
I'm saying his thing was, baby, I'm cool with me, you a dog in a one-bedroom apartment. So for the first 6 years, I thought, well, I'm out here getting it. I have a legal company. I own property. I'm only 22. I'm getting all these college degrees. How can he not be inspired by me? So that's that age-appropriate young woman. He got potential. Let me stay. But when I seen number 7 and 8, this guy was the same guy where he was lazy and had no work ethic. I had to pivot.
He didn't have the work ethic that you wanted because he works.
Now, of course, the same thing that she does, when she goes onto these platforms, she did it when she talked to Nick Cannon. She did it, when she talked to Cam Newton, which is, again, what we kind of, grew to know her because of. She diagnosed Shannon. Okay, she sat with Shannon. She diagnosed.
Again, how? She's not a damn doctor. She's not a real doctor. You, not a real doctor. Let me go ahead. Let me look at this pop the balloon bullshit real quick. See, this is what we got right here. Let me play this.
Bedroom, you will not be disappointed, but in the club, no, we're not doing that.
Oh man,
Is he someone that's your type? He's very handsome. Yes, tall, dark, and handsome. Very handsome.
Thank you.
Okay. No, I know she back.
Let me go ahead and rewind this back a little bit.
Let's head back to our unpopped balloon. Any questions over here between the two of you? What's your top?
Hold on. I can't rewind it back. All right, fuck fair use.
Food. I mean, it should be a love language. I know.
That's not a love.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and do this again. I probably want to do it when I come back. Let me go back right here.
Knows him. She talked about the fact that, like, basically it's a little boy in him while he's not able to get into relationships. She talked about the fact that, like almost like he can't find himself, like he's lost because of the fact that he is, not in a long-term relationship.
You still haven't found yourself all the way at the age of 60. A man who can procreate with multiple women without wanting to make sure that there's a foundational family there. He has a loss of self. And
how? So any chick out here that's 40 and 50 plus out here with multiple kids and all that good stuff, is she the same thing? Will she be labeled as the same thing, Miss Bryant? She ain't fine. She ain't find herself, right? Even though she found a lot of dinglings and stuff like that. You want to go ahead and come at Mr. Sharp like he's one of your little playthings or something like that? What the heck, man?
That man has an identity crisis. The little boy in you does not know how to navigate. It's time for the grown man in you to grow up.
Now, what gets me about this situation is the hypocrisy of it all. Like, you're single by choice. You're single because you want to be. You're single, and it's a healthy mindset for you to be single. Something that she discussed with on Cam Newton when he asked the question that a lot of people were wondering, like, you're giving all this advice to all these people. How come you were unable to find, your spark in a relationship with somebody else? And she answered that.
The question shouldn't be, why isn't a woman of age, of success, of a certain caliber not married with kids? The question should be, why are people rushing to the altar just to become divorcees or baby mamas and baby daddies?
So
bam. Hypocrite.
it's ironic to me that she's sitting with him and saying that something is wrong with him, and like he's kind of lost in the sauce and he doesn't know, basically who he is, and he needs to, dial back to his childhood and all these things. She has all these conversations to say about him in that regard, when I was kind of surprised that the conversation didn't stem to or didn't reach to, you're talking about the fact that he has a lot of people that he is unwilling to trust.
How you get successful transactionally, but your heart is over here. Talking about, well, at what point am I going to get seen? And then what the little boy in you tells the heart is, didn't nobody want to see you when you was young? Or why do I think as a little boy that you're deserving of someone who would take your heart and really protect it? Easier for you to have transactional sex because that gives you control.
Instead of the conversation being,
I thought I'd give the woman control, having the transactional, what's the name? You know what? We're going to have to put a pause to this. I got to make a run real quick in the real world. We're going to come right back to this topic, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the people that came by to check it out and whatnot. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be back probably later tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to get this out the what's the name, algorithm and whatnot. Yeah, shout out to Reva TV and the other who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? Cosmic Verse, you know what I'm saying? Shout out for their material and whatnot. Make sure y'all subscribe to them. It's Mr. O with the info, giving y'all what you need to know. But you ain't here for me though. I'm over and out. Peace.